Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to cure a UTI. Jesi, what is a UTI? You might be asking. A UTI is urinary tract infection. Somebody with a spinal cord injury typically gets UTIs because we use intermittent catheters. If you notice you're getting frequent UTIs and you're an intermittent catheter user, try switching to the LoFric brand. LoFric's the only brand on the market that has put money into research to try and figure out ways to reduce the UTI. So what they've done is they've actually put a salt coating on the catheter itself, and it's shown over 60% reduction in UTIs. I switched to LoFric about a year ago now, and since switching I have not had a UTI. So if you notice that you're having frequent UTIs and you're a catheter user, just try switching. This is my water bottle. In it, there's some ice and water. If you notice you're getting a lot of UTIs and your water intake is not that high, try drinking a little bit more water. I carry this bottle just because it's refillable. It actually has the insulation on the inside to keep the ice cold, so the ice stays in here. I've had this ice in here about 3 days now, and it's still a solid chunk. I got this bad boy for $5 at TJ Maxx. It was on clearance. The insulation's great. The only thing is I dropped it, and there's a dent in the lid over here. If it sits the wrong way, it doesn't seal right. Sometimes it does leak a little bit of water, so make sure you get one that will still seal after you drop it. Okay, on to the good stuff. So, you're not an intermittent catheter user, so that's not something that you can change to help reduce UTIs. This is d-mannose powder. So I use organic d-mannose powder. I just put a spoon of it into my smoothie shake in the morning, whatever, and it just mixes right in. So I like to use this. This has been the most effective for me. You can take it in the pill form if you prefer, if you don't have a shake, whatever. D-mannose powder. So I switch between apple cider vinegar and d-mannose powder. For a month straight, I'll do the apple cider vinegar. I take about a capful in the morning. And if I notice UTI symptoms, that's when I'll start to up my amount. Okay, apple cider vinegar. You're gonna take it and just do this gently with it. So you shake it like this, and it just mixes the settlement but doesn't shake it. And then I'm trying not to smell like vinegar because I always spill it. I'm only gonna do like half capful because I had a capful this morning. So you just take it. Ooh. So morning preventative, take your shot of apple cider vinegar, then go on about your day. How to cure your UTI. What you're gonna do is twice a day for all of these. Your d-mannose supplement, you wanna take that twice a day. Your capful of apple cider vinegar, of course, twice a day. This is my fancy essential oil holder. I use essential oils for everything. I mean, they make so many good ones. Look at that. You want to put 2 drops of frankencense, oregeno, and lemon essential oils into the palm of your hand, and you're just going to lick them off. You do that twice a day. I put my palm out, and I kind of like make it just a little bit of a cup, just so it's kind of like a bowl there. It's like kind of, sometimes I tap it if it doesn't come out. So there's 1 drop. There's 2 drops. Got 2 drops of oregano. Ooh. 2 drops of lemon. 2 drops of frankincense. And then you just... You want to do this for 7 days or until your symptoms clear. If your symptoms don't clear within 7 days, I recommend going to see your doctor and having them culture your urine just to make sure you don't have something else going on. Ways you can prevent getting a UTI. My biggest tip is to cut the sugar. Cut it out of your drinks, your diet, everything. This will not only help you feel better throughout the day, but it will also, your body will thank you. So, rule number 1, cut the sugar. Rule number 2, be sure to drink a lot of water. Water is crucial. Our body is made up mostly of water, so duh, it wants it. Plus, it's key to flushing the system out. Water, drink it. The next 2 should not be a surprise either. Number 3 and number 4, diet and exercise. Again, cutting sugar really does help. And your body will thank you for it, taking care of your body. Exercising is huge. What happens is that all the sediment in your bladder, the more you sit around, lay around, especially with a spinal cord injury, the bacteria and everything kind of settles to the bottom of your bladder, and we never really can get it all out. Exercise is important to get that bacteria off the bottom of your bladder and kind of move it around. As you move around, all that's going to move around. It will mix in with your urine. That way the next time you empty your bladder, that will hopefully empty with it. So exercise, diet, water, all key components to keeping healthy urinary tract. Of course, having a clean area, especially after sexual intercourse, that's very, very important to not only preventing UTIs, but just being clean. Duh. Clean catheterization area, of course. Make sure you wash your hands. People do not wash their hands enough. It's a real thing. Being paralyzed, it does take a little longer for me to pull my pants up. So when I'm in the handicap stall in the bathroom, you would not believe the amount of people that flush and don't wash their hands before leaving. And then think about it, you might be shaking that hand. So it's very, very crucial to, of course, just maintain very, very good hygiene. Yum. So I imagine you're thinking, Jesi, why would I put myself through this? In my first year and a half of being injured, I had C. diff twice, which is an infection of your intestines from antibiotics. What happens is the antibiotics kill not only the bad, but the good bacteria in your body as well. So then your intestines get pretty mad. I was hospitalized both times actually for that. And then I became immune, about a year and a half into my injury, I became immune to Cipro. Cipro is an antibiotic usually prescribed for UTIs. So it just, one day it stopped working and I decided that I needed to find a cure for UTIs that was natural, that wasn't gonna be as harsh on my body. I didn't want to keep pumping this poison into my body. You know, I love my doctor so much and I would never speak badly on him. He's wonderful, but you know, there's got to be an alternative medicine and you have to be willing to find it. And that's kind of what I went out and did. So I just tried all these things until I found a combination of what just really works. And lucky for me, I found the perfect combination. And I just want to share it with everybody and, you know, try and get as many people holistically curing their UTIs at home. Plus, it's easier to be like, oh, I see a UTI coming on. Start taking the preventative steps. So you have a UTI coming on, so you start doing apple cider vinegar morning and night. Take a capful morning and night, and then do your d-mannose morning and night the same day with the apple cider vinegar. Do that for, you know, 7 days or until the symptoms are, I would do a day after the symptoms are gone. This is my tutorial on how to cure a dang UTI.